All right, welcome to another edition of the Fake News Alarmist Weather Report. Turn up the brightness here. Can't see with sunglasses on. Right, so we're looking at the U.S. Doppler National Radar here. We've got a long, semi-continuous line of storms going from the Oklahoma Panhandle, stretching all the way up to Michigan. We've got some fairly heavy storms again off the coast of Louisiana and surrounding the Florida Peninsula. Last but not least, we've got a series of obvious locust swarms. One here in California, one here, one in Montana, one in Alabama, and one up in Maine. Spontaneous swarms of locusts just forming out of nowhere. Take a look. Clearly locust swarms. If you see blood red rivers, if you see frogs raining down from the sky, or if the local pharaoh reports that all the male babies have died, run for your lives in those areas. Run for your lives. Now, there's also a very heavy storm here in North Dakota and South Dakota, and it's about to move into Minnesota. That is hard hat, full face motorcycle helmet weather. So be prepared. Find a fallout shelter, hide underground, get under something concrete reinforced, or if you don't have anything like that, run for your lives. Now, take a look at the NASA GOES water vapor. Give us a little better idea of what's going on here. Now, this isn't going to show us the locust swarms, but it's going to show us the wet air versus dry air, the ongoing battle that never seems to end. So, up here in South Dakota, we've got dry air stabbing its way into South Dakota, stabbing its way in, and it's interacting with that wet air, and that's what's causing your hard hat, motorcycle helmet, fallout shelter weather. Now, the storms up here going across Iowa, Wisconsin, and into Lake Michigan and into Michigan, they are producing the sort of storms that would produce something like the Edwin Fitzgerald disaster. So if you're on a boat with hunks in Lake Michigan, get to the shore and then get underground. Because you don't want to be a shipwreck. You don't want to be part of a shipwreck on the bottom of the Lake Michigan there. No good. Now, we got more spots all around Florida. If you're out here on a boat with Mark Wahlberg or George Clooney or anything like that, get the hell out of there. Sail some other direction. Sail into the shoreline. Do something, because you do not want to see any hunks drown. Now, let's take a look at this little close-up here. All right. Now, it's obvious that this is totally surrounded by chemtrails. You see all these lines? See all these lines? Those are chemtrails, okay? Airline companies are spraying chemicals in the air to try and get this to move up to Canada. Because, hey, it doesn't benefit any airlines to have people hiding in fallout shelters, wearing full-face motorcycle helmets and bear attack suits. So there you go. Now that we've explained everything, we would just need to remind you of one thing. On your way to fear-mongering, don't drink. And if you drink, don't fear-monger. Unless people aren't aware that you're drunk at the time.